What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Match preview time. Second game of the season. After a brilliant first win, gotta say I've been dining after 3 points most of the week, but it's been good. What more can you ask for, man? Let's get more wins on the board, yeah. But will we? Let's get into it. Before I go into it, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video around. Let me just have a look. Super thanks, donator John Abbott. Thank you so much for your donation on the last video. Obviously, all the super chats are thanked live on the stream. But yeah, it was a real good stream in the last one, man. Good vibes and everything else like that. I haven't been back since though because there hasn't been anything to talk about. There hasn't been one thing to talk about, and there was people asking me yesterday, messaging me in regards to the links to Matter and SAR and everything else like that. Listen, guys, unless I see the link coming from somebody reputable, I don't talk about it, because as we've seen today with Phil Hay, he basically come out and poured cold water over maybe 4 links that were linked to Leeds United. So there's just no point. There's no point talking about things just because an agent may have put his client's name out there, or the club may have put out names to make it look like they're doing something. There's no point talking about them unless they're concrete links. That's just my opinion. So that's just something for me anyway. I don't talk about just any and every transfer rumor. It's not going to happen here. Captain Elwood, yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Captain L, how's it going? Yeah, it's going okay, but what can you do? You just get through the days, right? You get through the days. Ryan Stead saying, I hope Cooper isn't reintroduced into the starting 11. Leon Brook, big up KG. Yeah. Listen, it's not going to be a super long preview today. I don't think there's much to go over in regards to Leeds United and the game ahead. Alison and Marty in the building. Shout out to you guys. Hi KG, just jumping in on my lunch break. Looks like no one coming in then missed the presser. Yeah, I watched the presser, and Alison, I mean, I kind of get that vibe too. And I'll get into it as I talk about it. Just got to quickly say welcome to Joel Robles. Good to get an experienced backup goalkeeper in. That was one of the boxes that needed ticking. They've ticked it. So full credit to them. They've got that goalkeeper in. He knows his role. He knows he's there as a support system to help the younger goalkeepers. What can't ask for more? Can't ask for more, right? So welcome to Joel Robles. Mateus Click, I mean, no one knows at the moment. I mean, Phil Hay put out his propaganda piece, which a lot of people have eaten up in regards to him staying. We'll see come the end of the window if he's going to stay. The only thing for me, what I'll just say on that is I keep a level head with Mateus Click, and that it was, like I said in the match reaction, it was a very good cameo that he made. But I need to see more of those. I need to see him do that again in the game against Southampton. I need to see it against Chelsea. I need to see it against a lot of teams. I'm not saying every week, but I need to see it more times than not. So let's just see how that goes. I mean, the fact that Mateus Click, if he does stay, it wouldn't surprise me. He's obviously very comfortable and settled here. So that thing wouldn't surprise me. But there's no point us seeing it for one game and then we get the regular Mateus Click that we've seen for the last 2 years. So that's where I just temper my expectations with him. But if we can get that, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Jack Wilson, shout out to you, man. Hey, KG, looks like we're done in the transfer market. Yeah, listen. It does seem that way to me too. I'm not going to lie. But listen, is that their public face? Is that just them publicly saying, listen, we don't desperately need anyone, but behind the scenes they're doing business? I hope it's that way. But the problem is, until somebody comes in, we're not going to know until the end of the window. And we'll talk about that at the end of the window, obviously. Harriet, shout out to you, Harriet. Agree, no one is coming in based on the press conference. Yeah, body language is a big thing for me. And when he was asked about signings and he did the whole rubbing of the head and his body's twitching, yeah, it kind of says that we might be done. So it kind of says that we might be done. But listen, is there anything else just before I get into his comments? And yeah, on Joel Robles as well. I'd like to see him in the cup game against Barnsley. That's where for me Meslier needs his rest. So hopefully Robles gets those games against Barnsley until the later rounds, until we reach the quarterfinals and semi-finals and all them. Let's get Joel Robles playing the early cup games against those kind of teams. Bob's is asking, afternoon KG, what do you think of the CDK bid? Where's that money gone now? I think the money's still there, Bob's, but it has to be for the right player. I truly believe in that as well. I don't believe just because, let's just say you've got 40 million to spend, that you just spend it on absolutely anybody just because you got 40 million. You have to get the right profile of player, which I think is what Jesse was alluding to today in the press conference. I just worry though, because there's other players out there. Like for me, it was never just going to be Charles de Ketelaere and or bust. There's other players you can get, and I've seen today that Forest are bidding for Emmanuel Dennis, and they've made an opening bid of around 20. I think it probably gets done around 20 to 25 with add-ons and everything else like that. For me, that's a really good deal for Emmanuel Dennis. I think that's a very good deal for a player of his caliber. That's what I mean. That there's other options out there than just CDK. I know he was the big, the big fish that they wanted to really, solidify the jigsaw piece, but puzzle. But there's other players you can get. Let's have a look. yeah, yeah. Let's have a look. Tony Clark is saying, feeling positive for the weekend, KG. 4 more coming back into the squad. Dan James, Liam Cooper, Adam Forshaw, and Lewis Sinisterra are going to be important to have depth on the bench. Yeah, depth and quality are 2 different things, Tony. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Jesse did say that Forshaw, Cooper, and Dan James is obviously back after the suspension, but those 2 are available for selection. I don't see them coming in starting. Somebody at the start said, Cooper, I hope he doesn't come back and start. I don't see it. I think it's going to be probably the same team as we had before, but just with more options that we can use off the bench. And obviously, the main one that I want to talk about anyway, Sinisterra, for me, that's the most exciting one. I want to see Lewis Sinisterra come in. But my only thing is, if he's not fully ready, just leave him until the Chelsea game. That's all I'd say. I don't want to aggravate a hamstring injury. Otherwise, that's going to be a disaster, absolute disaster. But if he's available in any capacity against Southampton and he's raring to go, bring him in, and yeah, start him from the bench and let's see it. Jared Fletcher's asking who's Dennis replacing. Who's Dennis replacing? Just don't see it. It doesn't have to replace Jared. It's about building a squad. It's about giving you options. It's about not taking the gamble of whether Bamford's going to be okay for the season. It's about letting Gelhardt have games, but also understanding that his body's growing, so he's going to be picking up little injuries. I always allude to Steven Gerrard when he was growing. He had a lot of the same kind of pains when he was growing up in the Liverpool system. He was getting a lot of muscle injuries, and that's probably what Gelhardt's getting. It's about having different options. For me, it's about now. I mean, we was linked with Sarr, and I'm not going to talk about that because it was obviously a garbage link. But it's about, if we're not going to get an out-and-out number 9, get another forward in, because it's going to be scoring by committee, right? It's going to be, if Bamford gets another 15 to 20 goals, great. But if not, we're looking for goals from Harrison. We're looking for goals from Sinisterra, looking for goals from Rodrigo, and everyone else in the front line, Aronson too. So it's about scoring by committee. And if you got someone like Emmanuel Dennis as an option, you have it. It's not just about one in, one out. It's about getting your squad better. It's about saying, ooh, who is going to start out of Bamford and Emmanuel Dennis? It's a good problem to have, rather than, wow, I hope Bamford's fit this weekend, otherwise we may be in trouble. You know what I mean? I hear you, Barry. I hear you. Jack Wilson, if we need a new captain, Mings is available. Oh, yeah, he is available. Hold on a minute. Let me just. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Tyrone Mings actually, but it looks like he's probably out on his way out of Villa. Like I say, Tyrone Mings for the block against what's his name again? He's left Burnley now. What's his name? I've forgotten his name. But thank you so much for the block, Tyrone Mings. But yeah, listen, people, just in regards to the transfer news, I mean, this is what Jesse said in regards to that. He says if they're evaluating for the right one, but the profile has to be right and not suffocating young players like Gelhardt. I do agree with that, but there are definitely ways of getting another forward that doesn't impact Joe Gelhardt easily. Let's have a look. Yeah, forgive me. I'm a bit all over the place today. I haven't eaten yet, so just allow me for this one. But yeah, listen, I mean, just in regards to people that are in the chat and people that are watching the replay, From what you're feeling at this point in time, listen, we don't know. Obviously, we can't tell the future. Do you think that we're going to get another player in? Because the left back wasn't even mentioned today, by the way. He spoke about a striker being the area that he would like to improve. We're not even talking about a striker, which shows me that he's probably happy with Pascal Struijk being the stand-in for Junior Firpo, who's not ready yet either. Yeah, Veghorst. Sorry, yeah, Veghorst and Tyrone Mings. Yeah, there it is. Forgive me. Leeds is saying it's a smoke screen. We should bid Dennis for 22 million. Yeah, and this was my point. I mean, I made the point before when we was linked with Che Adams and people were talking about that. But for me, if you're going to spend 10 to 12 on Che Adams as a Premier League club, you go the extra, say 10 million if you can, but you go the extra 10 million and you get somebody who is of better quality. And that was a point I was making just in regards to Emmanuel Dennis. I think he's a difference maker in that way, as he does all the work up front, but he's a better shooter. So that's all it was with that. But for me at this point in time, I'll just be honest. I don't think we're going to be getting anybody else in at this point in time. I don't see it. I would like to think that they're just making a public front and just showing that they're not desperate for a player and that they'll surprise us. They'll surprise us. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point in time. Harriet is just saying interviews are very political now around transfers. Yeah, you have to. You can't show your hand. You can't, obviously we can't have Jesse Marsh going in there saying, wow, we desperately need a left back. Oh my God, please, anybody, have you got a left back? Please, we'll pay anything. You know what I mean? I get that, but it's body language. It's the fact that the message has kind of changed from a couple of weeks ago where he said we're looking at a couple of things. He's spoken to Radrizzani since, and they've probably come together and said, yeah, it's okay. And I also think that we're very reactive as well as a club in general. I get the feeling from when we beat Burnley in January, early in January, I thought this, I said it at the time as well. I said it's a great win, but does that now mean that we're probably not going to do any business in January to help the team? And I do get the feeling that we are kind of like that. So if we win, like we beat Wolves, if we beat Southampton, I think that's it. I think that might be it. I think they'll probably say, yeah, we're good to go with what we've got for the rest of the season. Yeah. Philip Philippa, sorry if I just got that wrong. Philippa, yeah, of course. The matter rumors are still going around. Yeah, I know they're still swirling around, but I mean, loads of people have poured cold water on it. Fabrizio said it's not true. Phil Hayes said it's not true today. There's just no credible people though that are talking about them. Unfortunately, it's just those kind of general publications that keep on circling the rumors. But listen, let's talk about the Southampton game and let's get into a few predictions for it, because this is a brilliant opportunity for us to get 2 wins from 2. Now, I may be guessing it a little, but I just think with the way that we're going to be playing and the way that Southampton for me are a very, very ordinary team. This could come back to bite you, but I also know that we're going to be an up and down team ourselves, right? But I just don't see how we can go into this game after the game against Wolves and think that we can't beat them. I think that they are there to be beaten. Mayor saying 3-1. That's actually my prediction, Mayor. So I'll just say that now. Mine is 3-1 Leeds. I think that we can go there and get a win. It wouldn't surprise me if we lose. I want to make that clear because I think that's what we are. And I said it after the Wolves game. We are going to have games where it's going to be an absolute, like, it's going to be a battle in the game and we're going to win some, but we are going to lose some too. So, but for me, we have to write the ghost of last year because that Southampton performance was awful. But I think we'll go there and we'll put in a better performance. And I think we can get the win. I generally do. So what we saying, people? Frank, Che Adams, brace. He has to get on the pitch first, Frank. He has to get on the pitch. Rob saying totally right. Saints are there for the taking. Go after them early and win 3-1 should be a real possibility. Yeah, that's the scoreline I've got in my head, and I can't get it out of my head. So I've got to go with 3-1. 3-1. Ted saying 3-1 Leeds, Southampton, horrible form, 5 straight Premier League losses. Yeah, and their team isn't all that either. I'm not saying that we're outstanding, but there's just so many weak spots in their team. I think we can, if we go after them early, put the pressure on. I think we can do it. I genuinely do. Gil was saying 2-0 Leeds. Clean sheet would be nice. I'm not there yet with a clean sheet, though, Gil. I've got to say, I think that we've still got a couple of defensive issues to work out before I can put a clean sheet in at this point. But yeah, I would love to see that happen. And we should win. I predict 2-1 Leeds. Our team is much more balanced than last year. Hope we get a left back. We'll see. We'll see, Nkata. We'll see. Gary Thomas is 3-0. Wow. Clean sheet shouts here. I love it. Jared Fletcher 2-2. Yavi, is it Xavi or Yavi? Tell me, Xavi. Do you change last week's starting lineup? I wouldn't change it. I think we're good to go with that again. Let's roll with it again. Let's keep the winning formula and see if it works again. I would say that because we need to get some of these players playing with each other a bit more regular too, and that can only happen with game time. So for me, I keep the same team and just put the other players on the bench for more depth options or just more options. Philippa, come on, click. Yeah, please hit the like button if you're in the chat now, and obviously if you're watching replay, please hit the like button on the video. Best way to support the channel. Danny Rumsey saying 4-0. Right. Javi, okay, got you, mate. Badras is saying just need to prevent ourselves giving free kicks away. I mean, yeah, I mean everyone concedes free kicks. It's how you defend them, right? It's how you defend them. So hopefully Christensen as well has a better game for me. I mean, I said it on the last one. I said it on the match reaction. It was a very mixed game for him. I hope that he's got that out of his system and that we see him just a bit stronger in this one, not being tricked so much. But I look at Southampton's players who can possibly do that. I'm not sure who's got that in their locker on the Southampton team to do that. So I'm hoping to have a much more complete performance from Christensen in this game too. Joel saying Southampton seemed a bit scrambled at the moment, if you ask me. I just don't trust Ralph to have them organised. Yeah, that's it as well. I'm just not impressed by anything that Southampton do. To be honest, I don't feel that we should be fearing anything about Southampton. Theo mentioning the free kick man, Ward-Prowse, they aren't defendable. Listen, he's good at set pieces, he is, but God, if we're going to worry about one man like James Ward-Prowse, we might as well pack this season in. You know what I mean? There's a reason why he doesn't get linked to bigger clubs. Let's just put it that way. But yes, he is very good at set pieces, not going to deny that, but it's up to us to defend them and not give away cheap free kick. Jack Wilson, Rasmus got burned on that Wolves goal. He did. He absolutely did. And it's very telling because I didn't get any long messages in regards to Rasmus getting burned on that goal. But I'm very sure if Junior Firpo got knocked off the ball the way Rasmus did, we would have got paragraphs and everything else like that. So listen, my eyes are open for everybody. I like what Christensen's done so far. It was a brilliant tackle to save against 8 Nori too. But yeah, hopefully he's a lot stronger than that. I thought he would have been stronger than that, but we'll see. Neto's not just a small man, by the way, but I thought it was a very easy. I think he got burned a few times in that game. So let's hope he's better this week. Let's just hope that. Gary Davis, in regards to transfers, I think we will, Cage, but it might be 2 panic ones like James on the last day. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, Gary. The last thing we need is a panic buy. That's the last thing we need. Danny Boy saying Southampton not going to be good this season. They're going down. I don't know if they're going to go down, but they want a mind to finish in that tier in the lower half of the table. I just don't see. I don't see the threat from Southampton besides Ward-Prowse's set pieces. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And Leeds just in defense. They are there for the taking. Rasmus won't make the same mistake. Yeah, I believe so too. You just have to point it out because I'm fair on this channel. I'm fair. Listen, I'm not big fans of certain players, but I'll always give them credit. But you also have to be fair and say when someone's had a bad game too, and you had to not a bad game. It was a mixed game. That's the best way to put it. Rob Giles is saying Rasmus needs to be more aggressive. He was pushed off too easy for the Wolves goal. He needs to use his body much better. Cooper being back to help him with some talking at the back. Yeah, Cooper's not coming in for me. Like I said, Rob, the whole talking thing. Listen, keep the centre back. Actually, does he come in though? Does he come in and replace Llorente? I don't know. I don't know, but for me, I would just say keep the squad, keep the team as it is at this point in time. But yeah, listen, people, I'm not going to keep this long today. We'll talk longer after the game against Southampton. If there's anything that I haven't covered in the video and you want to cover in, say in the comments, do so. Put your score predictions in the comments. Also, it's good to see what everyone's thinking. And yeah, that's it. Until Saturday. Give me your thoughts on also. Oh yeah, that's it as well. Give me your thoughts on if you think transfers are done. That's another thing I want to know. If you think that maybe the club are, playing a good poker hand on this one, or do you think it's done? That's what I want to know from you also. FPL, hey, listen, straight up, I've used my wild card. Not even embarrassed about it too. I had to use it. I'm too low in my own league. It's KG versus the world, and right now the world's kicking my butt. But listen, after this weekend, I'm coming back, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So listen, we'll see. But yeah, listen, people, get your score predictions in, and I'll see you after the game versus Southampton. Come on, Leeds, let's go.